This has Rockets fans fired up, as in one of Houston's final preseason games of the year, there was a buzzer-beating shot, a fight between Thompson and Jose Alvarado, and so much more that is going to be pivotal to the Houston Rockets in the 2025-26 NBA season. Welcome into Rockets Digest, everybody. I appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're having a wonderful day, whether it be Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. The Houston Rockets played their second-to-last preseason game on Tuesday evening in Alabama at the G League site for the New Orleans Pelicans against Zion Williamson and company, and there was a lot that happened, as you could tell by that intro. I want to talk about it and kind of tell you what is going on, as the Rockets, they kind of said that this was a trial run for how they expect things to go a week from today when they open up their regular season in OKC against the reigning champion Thunder. Before we get there, though, I have a big ask for everybody from H-Town. You see, we are closing in on 6,000 subscribers, and with the season just a week away, I know everybody's excited. If we could get to 6,000 subscribers before the season started, that would be absolutely brilliant. I know H-Town has my back. I know it's a big ask, but I think we can do it. So if you're new, you want coverage all season long of the Houston Rockets, go down there and hit that subscribe button. It's 100% free. Let's talk about tonight's game, or rather yesterday's game, whichever time you're watching this. The Houston Rockets scored 130 points, which is not something out of the ordinary. They had scored a ton of points in the first couple of preseason games, but they ended up winning 130 to 128. The problem with this, though, is at one point, they had a 17-point lead. That to be said, they were able to end up with the win. They were able to get out of there alive. Now, it's preseason, and I understand I'm acting as this was a regular season game, but still, I like to see it. You know, the Houston Rockets got outscored in the first quarter. They outscored the Pelicans in the second, but the third quarter has really been the story, honestly, all preseason. I know it's 3 games, small sample size, but their third quarter has been excellent. Coming out of halftime, the adjustments that Thompson has made, the adjustments that Kevin Durant, Alperen Şengün, and honestly, I think you want to go wholeheartedly at this, it's the adjustments that Ime Udoka is making on his team. They've been excellent. They've been like downright perfect, and it just makes me excited because it feels like almost an invincible feeling where even if we do not have a good first half, that the way this team is built, the second half will go better. So talking about some stats here, I want to go to the starting lineup for a couple of big things. First of all, these were the starting 5, and you can notice that they went with the double big lineup. Something I mentioned in a previous video, kind of talked about how there is going to be a switch up of lineups. This is one we could see, as you have Alperen Şengün, Steven Adams, Ime Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr., and Kevin Durant as your starting 5. Ime Thompson did play the point guard, just to kind of put that out there. But in terms of points, Jabari Smith Jr. led the way of the entire team, 26, 21 for Ime, 15 for KD, appeared in 28 minutes. 2 points for Steven Adams, appeared in 24 minutes, but he had a plus 26 ratio. A lot of that because his rebounding is great, 9 rebounds, but Alperen Şengün, 12 rebounds and 8 points on the night. Overall, pretty good showing, especially from your starters. Want to focus a little bit real quick on the double big lineup and kind of talking about why exactly this is such a big deal. The Rockets fully came out. Like, there was a report earlier today, I feel it was Daniel Lerner from the Houston Chronicle, who said that tonight was going to be treated as if it is a practice run for next week, that this is like a trial run. So the fact that their starting lineup included a point guard in Ime Thompson, and then past that 2 forwards in my mind with Kevin Durant and Jabari Smith Jr., and then the double big where Alperen Şengün was technically playing the 4 and Steven Adams was playing that center role, it shows you how versatile this team is. And I think in some ways, a lot of people, including people and friends that I've talked to, have somewhat written off the Houston Rockets after the Fred VanVleet injury. And while to an extent, I can understand where their mind is if they don't understand or follow this team, if you follow this team, if you look at this team, you should know Fred VanVleet is a big piece, but he is not all this team. And the way Ime Udoka coaches, he can easily work around this. He loves playing forwards. He loves being able to kind of switch up this lineup and move around with it. So I find it intriguing, but oh well, kind of the way it looks at that point. So just intriguing that they treated this as a trial run, and immediately they said, oh, we're going to go double big on the starting lineup here. I want to go to the bench now and kind of talk about some key numbers here. Big night for Tari Eason, 20 points in 21 minutes. Had a -1. All the bench had minus, plus or negatives. I'm not going to look too much at that. That's the one stat in preseason that I kind of don't care about. I know it's an odd thing, but you don't know who's on the court when who, especially when you're just trying to build out. I don't really look at that. Reed Sheppard off the bench today, 13 points, one of his better preseason games, played in just 19 minutes. I really do think this is how Reed Sheppard is going to be played throughout the first, I would say, 4 to 5 games. I think after that we might see him take a fuller role, but at least the first 5, maybe even 10 games to be really honest with you, he's going to play more of a role player role. And they're going to rely heavily on the play of Ime Thompson at the point and kind of run a intriguing lineup throughout that. Now, Reed Sheppard will be on the court. I'm not saying he won't be, but I think it's not going to be to the extent that we'll see him later on in the season. 7 points for Aaron Holiday. He had the game-winning shot with about 4 seconds left. I said it was a buzzer beater. It technically wasn't. He hit it, and there was about 3 seconds left, or rather 1.8, I should say. I believe it was Jeremiah Fears, the first-round pick for the New Orleans Pelicans, had a chance to win the game with a long-distance 3 and came up short. J.D. Davidson, after having a pretty good first 2 preseason games, kind of lackluster in this one, 12 minutes, 1 for 4 from the field, 0 for 1 from behind the arc, and 1 for 2 on the charity stripe, 3 points for him on the night. Looking at all those stats, I think the big thing to take away from this game is that the double big lineup is going to be a huge part of this team. Ime Udoka is going to consistently have 3 forwards out there, I think, or at least 3 guys that can play a forward-like position, because as much as I want to sit here and say Alperen Şengün is a true center, and he can play that, he for sure can, I'm not saying it can't. If I look at Alperen Şengün, I really do believe he can be a legitimate power forward if they asked him to, and that's kind of the way that he's being used when you go to double big. You put Steven Adams down low for the rebounding purposes, and you allow Alperen Şengün to kind of drift up to that top of the free throw line, kind of up into the key in some aspects. A lot of times we saw Kevin Durant kind of take the ball tonight and give it to Alperen right at the top of the free throw line, and he would drive inside and kind of decide at that point, do I kick it out? Do I go for the shot? A lot of times he was given some alley-oops. I know Ime Thompson had one. I believe Tari Eason had one as well, so a lot of good passing there. I'm actually kind of thinking about that. I want to go back, looking at the assist numbers from Mr. If I can do the right thing here. There it is. If I can go back to Alperen Şengün, his assist numbers tonight. Okay, so he had 7 assists. He led starters. I was thinking, watching this game, he had a ton of really, really good passes. So kind of intriguing to see that, but overall something to take note that the assist numbers are there. Now the reason I think a lot of you people are probably going to talk about this video a lot, it is the fight Ime Thompson, Jose Alvarado. I call it a fight. It was a pretty aggressive foul in which both guys went to the ground. Past that, there was some stuff that happened, but I don't know how much I believe of this. The pictures are hard. The video was not as clear either, but to my knowledge, here's what I saw. Ime Thompson, Jose Alvarado were basically kind of wrestling each other to the ground, and Ime Thompson ended up on the top of Jose Alvarado. Ime then was just trying to get out of there. We know Ime is a very, we'll just say an aggressive guy, and his history with Tyler Hero is there, and a couple other players. But either way, the point being, he was getting up, and you can see on that top left picture, Alvarado's grabbing his jersey, trying to pull him down. And in that, I think Ime kind of got up quicker at that point, and you can see in the second photo, he turned around and kind of see, did you really grab me? Why are you grabbing my jersey? And in that moment, Alvarado's on his back, and that's when Ime fully spins around, takes him down, and then shoves his head into the ground. The announcer said it was a punch. To me, it just looked like he was trying to shove him off his leg. It kind of looked like Alvarado was holding on, but besides the point, it's a fight in preseason. It's kind of funny in a lot of ways. I just love that Ime Thompson is fighting the game, and also a hilarious photo from this game as well. Kevin Durant was looking at the box score when he got pulled in the fourth quarter like a little kid at a candy store. He asked for the box score. They went to KD on the bench, and he's talking to the coach. He's like, hey, give me a box score. And he is sitting there, and his face just is like, oh yeah, look at that. It's legitimately hilarious in a lot of aspects. So funny in that light, but overall, very good preseason game. They will have their final preseason game coming up here on Thursday at 5:30. We're going to stream for next Tuesday for the opening night versus the Thunder and the Rockets. So I thought, why not? Let's do a preseason stream for the final preseason game of the year. So if you are still watching, I know you're a real one, first of all. And second of all, I expect you there on Thursday night at, I believe, 6:30 Central Time is when that tip-off is going to be for the Atlanta Hawks and the Houston Rockets. The final preseason game of the year. We're going to have a trial run, have a practice run, do a little live stream here on Rockets Digest because we want to have it all set, all ready to go for when we open it up against the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunders. And Kevin Durant says, we're going to ruin your banner tonight, Mr. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We appreciate you. I hope you have a great day, whether it's Tuesday night and go to sleep well. If it's Wednesday morning, have a fantastic day. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time here on Rockets Digest. For now, guys, peace out.